Hey guys, it's Melissa with Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. Today I wanted to talk to you about the importance of feeling your feelings and allowing yourself to feel those feelings. A lot of people are under the misconception that when you're on your spiritual journey, everything's going to be always sunshine and rainbows, and you should never be negative and you should never have a bad day. And that's just simply not going to happen. That's not reality. It's not real life. The truth is, honestly, when you're on your spiritual journey, the more you up level, the more you're really going to uncover a lot of things that you need to heal and a lot of things from your past. And that brings up a lot of raw emotion. And it can be very uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable. And you can feel sad and angry and have all of those feelings, and that's perfectly normal. In fact, it's healthy. You've got to get those feelings out, because that's when the true healing takes place, is when you give yourself permission to feel the feelings that you're being triggered. If you, for example, if you go out and someone says something to you and it triggers something from your past and it makes you feel sad, don't try to stuff it down and hide it. Know that you were triggered for a reason. That's probably something that you need to be healed of from your past. So don't try to sit there and think that you have to be Miss Mary Sunshine all the time and that you're never going to have a bad day. That's just not true. I wish that you never had to have a bad day. I honestly do. I wish that I could make everything go away for you, that I could take the pain away for you. Honestly, I think about that as a mother when I see my students and my children who are hurting and in pain. I so wish that I could do something to take that away from them, but I know that I can't, and I know that they're experiencing that for a reason. It is part of their destiny. It's part of their growth plan. They have to go through those things in order to learn. And growing and learning can be very uncomfortable. It just can. Nobody likes to have their heart broken. Nobody likes having to think about things people did to them that maybe weren't so great. We've all had people. I've had friends in the past, a long time ago, who were not the nicest friends, and I didn't know it until it was too late. And it's hard to deal with. It's hard to think about when you were taken advantage of, or when someone treated you poorly and that you had to forgive them. That's not an easy thing to do, and it's not a comfortable thing to do. And it's going to bring about a lot of emotions, and you're probably feeling things a lot right now just because of the way that the planets are aligning and the way that you're up leveling, because if you are growing spiritually, you're going to be experiencing this at a faster rate and a lot more. But the good news is it's not going to be like this forever, and you're going to have days and then you're going to get over it, and then you might have more days, but it gets better, I promise. But the thing you have to realize is that what most of us do and have been taught to do, at least I know that this is definitely how I was. I was taught to suck it up and to move on. So I would just suppress those emotions and just go on with my life and get so busy that I didn't think about it. And in fact, I've done this up until just recently. I still did this. Even after a really tough breakup, I just tried to suck it up and move on and act like I didn't care and it didn't bother me and I was going to be okay. And knowing all the while that I felt like shit and that I wanted to cry and I wanted to scream because I was expecting something to work out that didn't, and it was very painful, and not addressing that was not a good thing. And the only thing that's going to happen if you don't address it is you're going to have to deal with it at some point. I don't know if you're an empath or not, but I definitely am. And I can tell you that I can feel emotional connections to people still, even after we're not connected physically anymore. And it kind of sucks because I often have to do those cord cutting things because I don't want to feel someone else's emotions all the time. Like, I don't want to feel that. I have to deal with my own stuff and get on with it. I can't have somebody else's stuff dragging me down too, but that's what sometimes tends to happen. I'll just feel like crap for no reason, and I can't figure out why I'm not feeling well. And then I realize it's not me, it's not my emotions, I'm taking on someone else's. And so then I have to deal with that and say, okay, well, what's this about? Like, why am I feeling this? And I have to try to step out of that. But it's also important for me to deal with my own emotions, because if I don't do that, you can imagine how much ends up being on my shoulders and how much weight I'm carrying around with me if I'm not dealing with it. And the thing is, what happens is you bury it a little bit below the surface, and then something happens and it's a huge trigger. And the triggers are not by accident. They happen on purpose, because the universe is trying to tell us, hey, you have to deal with this. You need to get your emotions out. You need to let that go. Let it go. And for some of us, we just try to hold on so tightly to things that don't serve us, or we just try to ignore it. Like, yeah, that happened, but I'm good, I'm fine. You know what? If you need to draw a hot bath and sit in the bathtub in the dark and cry your eyes out, do it if that's going to make you feel better. If you need to get on the Radical Forgiveness website and go through the steps of forgiving someone who probably doesn't even care whether you've forgiven them or not, it's about you. It's about you feeling better and you getting rid of those emotions. It's not about that other person. Who cares about them? And I don't mean to be mean, but really, who cares? They're going to do what they're going to do. And if they didn't care about you to treat you right in the first place, don't care. Don't spend another second or any energy worrying about them. You take care of you. So you get rid of those emotions you need to get rid of. You forgive the people you need to forgive. And then let it go. Because you're carrying around so much wasted energy and so much anxiety from these emotions that you haven't dealt with. And that's just hurting you. It's not hurting the other person. And I'm betting that if a person was able to hurt you the way that they did, they're probably not an empath, and they probably don't care what they did to you. And I hate to be harsh, but there are just people like that out there, and they don't care. And you just have to come to the realization that you need to care more about you than you do anyone else. And they don't care, so don't you give them a second thought. You take care of yourself. And I wanted to pull a couple of cards for you on this topic to help maybe give you some motivation or just some inspiration and positivity. And this is again from The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. And the one thing that I pulled says, in every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love, which goes along with this, because if you are thinking the right way and you're letting go of old wounds and you're letting go of past hurts and all of those things that you don't want to bring with you, because all of that's all fear-based emotion anyway. When you're letting go of that, you are stepping into right-minded thinking and more towards the energy of love. And then the universe is going to bring you all of the things you deserve because you've done the work. You let go of all the stuff that's not serving you. And all of the stuff that you hope to bring forward and that you hope to manifest is going to come forward for you. And the second one that I pulled is, there is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. And that is so true. You need to work on being who you truly are, not who others want you to be, not who others see you. Be you. There is nothing sexier than being authentic. That's what draws people to you, is when they see who you are, who you truly are. That's what's going to draw them. You're a beautiful soul. You're unique. You're talented. You have so many things to offer. And it's time for you to be brave enough to step up and be who you were born to be. Don't let anyone else tell you what you should do or what you should be or how you should think. Think for yourself. We all have our intuition, and that is what guides us, and that tells us when we're on the right track. We know it. You know it. You feel that little feeling in your gut that says no, 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 when you're about to step into something that's not right for you. Or you get that excited feeling of, yes, this feels awesome. This is exactly what I want, when you know that something is right for you. Listen to your gut. It's not going to steer you wrong. Get in the habit of listening to yourself. What do you want? And how are you going to get that? First, you have to let go of all of those old past wounds. All of that stuff that's just in your head, that's not doing anything to serve you. Maybe there is a message in that. Maybe there's a behavior pattern that you need to break and to change. And I'm here to tell you now's the perfect time to do it. This season is all about getting rid of that which no longer serves us. So if there are behavior patterns that aren't serving you anymore, stop doing that. Change your behavior. Take the steps to make your life better for you. And I promise you that you're going to have far less days that are like this, where you feel upset and have emotions running through you. You're not going to deal with that as much. Because once you take care of it, it's not going to come back to haunt you. You're going to be freed from it, and you're able to move on and focus on the positive. And there's so much positive out there. Life is beautiful. It's wonderful. There's so many blessings that you have. Think about all of that. So cry and grieve and forgive and get over the emotions that you need to get over. Ask Archangel Uriel to come in and help you deal with past emotional wounds. Help you to forgive those who need forgiving. Ask Archangel Michael to come in and cut the cords to the negative ties energetically that these people have to you. You can even do the cord cutting that I have on my podcast. And once you've done all of that, let it go and move forward in positivity, knowing that you can do anything you set your mind to. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you're interested in Reiki or in joining a purposeful pilgrimage where you will learn even more how to let go of these negative emotions and how to call in abundance, then check out my website. The link to my website is in the description of the podcast. I will talk to you guys again soon. Please share my podcast if you like it. Love you guys. Bye-bye.